Hi everyone, my name is Shubhankar Parashar and in this video we will be discussing vectors and transformations. So, firstly, what are vectors? A vector is a type of number that has both a size and a direction. At this level, we only deal with two-dimensional vectors, although it is possible to have vectors with any number of dimensions. Moving on to representation of vectors. Vectors are represented as arrows with the arrowhead indicating the direction of the vector and the length of arrow indicating the vector's magnitude. Another way to indicate a vector is to write its starting and ending point with an arrow symbol over the top, as with the vector AB in the diagram below. Next, vectors and transformations. In transformation geometry, translations are indicated in the form of column vector, with upper parts indicating movement in x direction. It can be either positive or negative, and the lower part shows movement in y direction, which is also can be either positive or negative. In the following diagram, shape A has been translated 6 squares to the right and 3 squares to the up to create shape B. This transformation is indicated by the translation vector 6, 3. Moving on to algebra of a vector. Multiplying a vector by a scalar. A scalar is a number with a magnitude but no direction. That is the regular numbers you are used to using. If a vector is multiplied by a scalar, the magnitude of the vector changes, but its direction stays the same. If the vector is represented as a column vector, then each of the number in the column vector get multiplied by the scalar. Note that multiplying by a negative scalar also changes the direction of the vector. That is, it turns, if it is from left to right, it turns to right to left. Moving on to adding two vectors. Adding two vectors is defined geometrically like this in the figure. Like you can see, A vector is directed like this and B is this. So adding will be like as if you are making a triangle. See, like this, you go there and you go from here. Got it? Subtraction of two vectors. Subtraction of vectors is not a new topic, but simply addition of two vectors, in which one vector's direction is reversed. Now let's understand this by the given diagram. As you can see, this is vector A and this is vector B. If we want to add it, as we have learned in the previous slide, we can do this like this, right? To subtract it, we have to change the direction of the vector. So we have turned B to minus B, that is change its direction in opposite way, and then edit it. So it is A minus B. Isn't it easy? Now, moving on to types of transformations. There are four types of transformation in mathematics: rotation, deflection, translation, and enlargement. All four change a shape in some way, useful in things like computer graphics. First, rotation. You need to be able to perform a rotation on a coordinate grid, as well as spotting and describing a rotation when presented with one. Rotation has three features. First is angle of rotation, which is how far we are going to rotate the shape. Second, direction, clockwise or anti-clockwise. Third, center of rotation. This is the point about which our rotation happens. Point to be noted over here is this center of rotation is not, it does not have to be the point that is on the shape nor in the middle of the shape. It can be anywhere on the grid. Second, reflection. You need to be able to perform a reflection on a coordinate grid, as well as spotting and describing a reflection when presented with one. Reflection only have one key thing to look for: the mirror line. But These will be described mathematically using the equation of a straight line, making things a little more awkward. Now first, vertical lines. These are in the form of x is equals to k for some number k. Second is horizontal lines. These are in the form of y is equals to k for any number k. I guess this is easy to imagine, as you can imagine it on a x and y graph. That horizontal line will be making parallel to x-axis and vertical perpendicular to x-axis. Now third is diagonal lines. Much harder to perform a reflection in these, but lines are in the form of y is equals to mx plus c, where m is the slope of the line and c is the y-intercept. Fourth, points on the mirror line. Do not move, they stay where they are. Got it? Fifth, double reflection. This is where the mirror line passes through the shape being reflected. Part of the shape gets reflected one way, rest the other. As you can see in the figure, actual shape is this one and the reflected one is this. Got it right? Moving on to the third one, translation. You need to be able to perform a translation on a coordinate grid as well as spotting and describing a translation when presented with one. Translations are where an object has moved but remained the same way up. This movement is described by a vector. Moving on to the fourth one, enlargement. You need to be able to perform an enlargement on a coordinate grid as well as spotting and describing an enlargement when represented with one. The key things with an enlargement are: first, scale factor. The scale factor is how many times every side of the image is bigger than the object. However, if the scale factor is a fraction, the image will be smaller than the object. Easy, right? Second, center of enlargement. This tells us where on the page the image is going to go, but we have a bit of work to do first. As with the other transformation, in most cases, it is easiest to move one vertex of the shape and draw the image from there. Moving on to questions. First question. In this question, we have to add the following vectors. A is equals to 4i plus 3j minus 8k and b is equals to minus 2i plus 7j plus 9k. I guess you are familiar with the I, j and k cap vectors. These are unit vectors representing x, y and z axis respectively. And second is p is equals to minus 5j plus 8k and q is equals to 2i plus 2k. In this you can see that there is no I vector in P and j vector in Q. So we will write 0i minus 5j plus 8k and similarly 2i plus 0j plus 2k. And the solution will be a plus b. We will add coefficients of I cap separately, j cap and k cap separately. Got it? So it will be a plus b is equals to 4 minus 2i plus 3 plus 7j plus minus 8 plus 9k, which will give 2i plus 10j plus k. Similarly for p plus q. So moving on to do DIY questions. In these questions you have to do it yourself. These are very simple questions and you can do it right now. First question. You are given two vectors a and b on the graph. As you can see, this is vector a and this is vector b. You have to find a plus b and a minus b on the graph itself. So a plus b, it is very simple. You can assume that this vector is not over here, it is over here, and you can simply add and find the direction of the a plus b vector and plot it anywhere. Similarly for a minus b, you just have to turn it round by 180 degree and then add the two vectors like you have done for the first part. So moving on to the second question. This is very simple question. In this question, you have to find the vector notation for a translation of 4 right. It is easy. You can move 4 points right to the origin and find out the vector notation. Next question. In this you are given two vectors g and h. G is given 3 minus 5, h is given minus 2 minus 3. You have to work out the vector 2g plus h. In this you have to first multiply g by 2 and then add it with h. The answer is 4 minus 13. So this is all for today. For a quick recap, in this video we have learned what are vectors, different vector operation, what are different types of transformations. Thank you.